Welcome to Thrive and Rise with Tiffany, where transformation meets purpose and self-discovery leads to impact. I am your host, Tiffany Tilley, author of the Know Thyself book series, your personal guide for self-discovery and transforming into the highest version of yourself. Do me a favor, please like, subscribe, and share with someone you love. Also, leave a comment and let us know what you want to hear about in an upcoming show. Today we are going to talk about sound healing and therapy with our special guest, Leslie Love. Let's rise together.
People ask all the time, who the heck is low-cost airlines? Well, we're not just one airline. When you're talking to us, you're talking to everyone. We are the discount supermarket for all airline tickets. Plus, we have all the airlines and always have the best prices. American, Delta, United, plus all the specialized international airlines and a lot more. And we make it easy. We guarantee you'll talk to a live human in 60 seconds. You can have the rates you need and have your trip booked in 5 minutes. Now, how cool is that? And remember, when you're talking to us, it's like talking to every single airline available with one fast phone call. All you need to do is call and find the best prices to fly wherever it is you want to go. So are you ready? Call Low Cost Airlines right now.
Call 855-662-0261. That's 855-662-0261. Again, 855-662-0261.
Hi, I'm the tax lady. Do you owe more than $10,000 to the IRS? Then listen carefully. You may be able to pay the IRS less and save thousands of dollars because right now there are special government tax programs for people like you who owe the IRS. We can even help you if you have unfiled tax returns. And if you qualify, you'll pay less money to the IRS or state. Stop worrying about wage garnishments and bank levies and call the number on the screen right now for a free tax review. We know what you're going through. We help good people like you every day pay the IRS or state less taxes all the time. If you owe more than $10,000 to the IRS or state, call now for your free, no-obligation consultation with a tax professional. Don't fight the IRS alone. Call the Tax Ladies team today.
Call the Tax Lady at 877-335-7471. Call now.
Let's get real. Ever feel like you're living life on mute? Like you've got big dreams, but no blueprint? Then this right here is your game changer. Know Thyself, Part 1. A Journey to Self-Empowerment. Isn't just a book, it's your power-up. Built for you, the dreamer, the leader, the one breaking cycles and building something new.
You don't have to wait to be great. You just have to wake up to who you already are. Inside these pages, real talk about self-worth, affirmations that hit different, challenges that make you level up, and goals that stick. Not another boring workbook. This one, it talks your language.
Whether you're 14 or 24, it's time to unlock your voice, own your story, and walk in purpose. Stop sleeping on yourself. Know yourself. Empower yourself. Be yourself. Grab your copy of Know Thyself, Part 1 today at thrivewithtiffany.com or Amazon. You're not just reading a book. You're starting a revolution. Know thyself. Lead your life. Change your world.
being our guest today, joining us in studio. So happy to have you here.
Thank you for inviting me. I'm glad to be here.
You're welcome. I am so amazed at your journey and some of the things that you're doing. But before we go into what you're doing now, let's talk about some of the things that you've done, because you have done a lot. I know you definitely have, you're an educator.
Right.
Teaching theater.
And
acting.
humanities, arts and humanities. Yeah.
And you've been a legislator.
Correct.
How long did you serve as a state representative?
Well, back in my day, term limits was 6 years, so I served 6 years in the Michigan House of Representatives.
Perfect. And now you're getting into doing an amazing work with helping people heal. You've helped to heal communities through policy work.
Right.
And you've helped to heal students, and this healing journey is not new for you.
Right.
You've helped to heal students through arts, theater, and that is powerful in itself. And now you have ventured into sound healing.
Yes, well, sound healing has always been a part of my practice, consciously and unconsciously. Sometimes when you have the awareness, you go, oh, that's what I was doing all this time. I didn't know what it was called. But yes, I think community service and trying to be of service and to help has been my love language. Whether I'm a professor in the classroom or, like you said, serving in the legislature and really fighting for the people in the district, the state of Michigan, and quite honestly, all over our nation and the world. And then, and now in this space, I took a practice that I was a student or the recipient of and said, I want to understand what this is because it's good, it really works. So I went to school to study what is sound and vibrational therapies, and I took to it like a duck to water. And I was like, this is the way I can give back, where my cup is also filled. Because a lot of the work we do is exporting energy and helping, and it is not always feels like a return on that investment. You feel like you've been used or a tool, or you're just depleted because you've given it all. Every time I do a sound bath or any sound vibration healing work, I'm also healed. It's an immediate return on the investment. And I have never been before a person or a group of people where at least someone was not moved by the vibration. It's like it is there for us. It's always there for us. We just got to tap into it. And as I am evolving and developing in my practice, I don't know that I'm going to use the word heal. I'm struggling with the word heal because we are perfectly fine, but sometimes we are not with ourselves. We've kind of gone off our paths. And so it's a return to self more than it is maybe healing. And for some folks, it is really healing because they could be constipated and stuck, and I move those bowls and get to moving, and it moves your system, and you have a relief like you haven't had in a long time. So for someone, that is a healing, but it's a really return to yourself.
Wow. You brought up an important aspect of community service, and people don't realize when you live the lives that we live and you're constantly serving humanity, people don't often realize how draining it is. What made you decide to get into community service in the first place?
I think from a very young age, I've always been a gatherer of people. I'm very interested in people and characters. They're just interesting to me. And I'm probably considered a good listener, and that I like to hear your stories. Like you have this show because I guess you're interested in people's stories. And then I moved. I'm like, what? They did what? Well, we're going to fix that. What's happening here? Let's go over and do something about that. And so whether it was when I was a little kid and I formed the little block club, so everybody gave a little bit of their allowance so we can go buy a bunch of penny candy and go sit in our fort that we would create and eat a bunch of penny candy, to organizing on campus. I went to an undergrad where we had no African American representation on faculty, staff, grounds, keeping, maintenance, or anywhere. And so leading a movement on that campus that they had diversified the staff. And we did that. I was the president of the Black Student Union in undergrad. So I've always kind of been in this space. And then in the creative space, in the arts and theater, that's always a community service. That is really art reflecting life. It is holding up a mirror to society, and we have to think about what we're doing and the consequences of that. And so I think my work as an artist really feeds into this work that I'm doing as a holistic practitioner, because this is all about understanding who you are, your why. And that's what we do in the theater. When we're discovering these characters, we have to first discover yourself, because you can get lost in characters. And it's a lot of work we do about understanding the human experience. So when you see someone performing on stage, it looks like that's really happening, that person really feels this way. It's like, yes, because they've tapped in. And this is the same thing with this healing and this holistic work, is really tapping into yourself. We're not talking about a character that you're going to play. You are the best character in your own story. And so let's tap back into that. And let's tap back in, if you need to soothe your teenage, your child, your abandoned child self, you need to talk to your fly diva self, or whatever that is, let's get through that and process that. So I love this. I think it was just always in my orbit, and it's defined itself in this way now.
And you've definitely proven that you can start community service at any age, at any stage. And you said that you can at times get depleted. When you got depleted, what made you think about, what drove you into consciously doing this work and wanting to get more involved to heal yourself and others?
Yeah, so the sound and vibrational therapies practice came basically when I started in the legislature. So high stress, high demand, like working on all cylinders. It is a nonstop environment. And at the same time, towards the end of that, my mother got really, really sick, and she was dying. And that experience inflamed me. So, sometimes when people look a little fluffy, you feel you're like, ooh, I look bigger. Mm-hmm. Well, one, I was fluffy and inflamed, and I was gaining weight. And I was stressed out, a lot of anxiety, melancholy, depression with my mom and passing and not being able to save her. Then the pandemic happened and all of that, and it was just trauma. My body was experiencing it, my emotions were experiencing it in this big way, and so you saw the inflammation. And then my back started hurting, and my knees started hurting, and I had headaches and hot flashes. I had it all, And so I was going to the doctor, and of course they want to give you a prescription. I went to the chiropractor, and they poked me, and I did hypnotherapy. I did kinesiology. I was doing all the holistic things, and then my back and my knee was hurting so bad. They did an ablation. They're burning off nerves. They're injections, and I was like, I don't want the medicine. I'm like, on the medicine. Well, there's got to be another way. And when I went to the acupuncturist, she vibrated the needles. And it was on the vibration of those needles, I was like, what is this? I'm reanimated, I'm back to life. And so then I found another holistic space in Dearborn that I was going to, and they had a vibration bed, and she would every now and then have sound baths. And it was the sound bath that did it for me.
Wow.
I got up from that sound bath like, this is a new day. What's going on in the world? Wow. What is this magic bowls you have before me? and so after after one of the sessions, I asked the lady, can I, ding on your bowls? And I did, and instantly I took to it. I was like, yeah, I need to find out what this is about.
Wow.
So I went to school and studied the math and science behind it all. Like, what is this? And it is a mindfulness practice. And that's it, So once I started doing it and making it a part of my regular practice, I ended up becoming a vegan. And so I was working with Coach Lisa A. Smith. If y'all don't know Coach Lisa A. Smith, she is thebomb.com. And she's a radical obedience. And between the sound therapy and becoming a vegan, cleared up everything. No hot flashes, no body aches, skin clear, like I was born yesterday.
Wow.
Yeah, it was really powerful. And I said, okay, I need to give this to the people. Now, I'm not a vegan no more. I mean, and trying to live a vegan lifestyle in Detroit is hard.
It is.
But yeah, I still do all the sound and vibrational therapies practice. I do a lot of sound baths for individuals, groups, businesses, churches, sacred ceremonies. So, yeah.
That's amazing. That's an amazing journey and amazing transformation. And, you know, I like to say there are so many different things that you can do, holistically or otherwise. That doesn't mean that everything will work for you. You have to try different things and see what will work best for you.
Exactly.
So that is an amazing journey. I'm glad you got a chance to have those different experiences and see what's the best thing for you.
It was. And that's for everybody. You have to find what works. And it is a practice. It's not like, okay, I did a sound bath, I am healed. It's not that. You know, you go to church, hopefully every Sunday or how often, and then you follow that up with a Bible study or some class, because you are in a practice. You are practicing your religion. And so when you do this holistic work, it's not holistic performance. It is a holistic practice.
Yes.
So it means you have a regular regimen of what you do to do that. Just like you do if you're working out and you want to build muscle, there's a practice of going on a regular basis to do that, build your muscle, where this is going to build you in a holistic way in your spirit and your mind and your energy and your nervous system to make you calm, to bring you clarity. And so, and even to like open you up so that things can come and start manifesting in your life, and you have a mindful practice of doing this with intention.
So why though? Why sound therapy? What does it do? A lot of people don't even understand it. You're telling us, you know, all of the great things that sound therapy can do, but some people have never heard of sound therapy before. Well,
let me introduce your listeners to sound therapy, and those who already know it, you already know how wonderful it is. But so sound and vibrational therapies, sound is everywhere. And you know, sometimes when you're driving and you hear that person that's banging the bass, boom, 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 what they don't know is that they're giving themselves sound therapy. There's no reason for anybody to play that music that loud, right? But it is vibrating, and everything in the world is always in vibration, but there's an intentional vibration, and there's vibration that's set at a pitch and a tone that speaks to your chakra system. It speaks to your nervous system. And so whether you use a gong or a drum or singing bowls and chimes, there are instruments specifically designed for this type of holistic practice. And so what I use, primarily the base of my practice is 432 hertz tuned crystal bowls. And so there are different bowls that are tuned at different frequencies. They say 432 is the frequency of the earth. And so I use those bowls for my practice. And it works because that vibration, this intentional vibration, in my practice I do two things. Not only are you getting the vibration therapy, but we set intention. There's some mindfulness practice. If you do a series, we work on our being mindful, and then manifesting. So what are the things that you're really trying to attract and do in your life? If there's not completion, if there's unresolved, whatever you want to work on, you want to do that intentionally, consciously, and to show up as a person who responds more than react. You know, that we take a moment and we understand and honor our beat and our breath. You know, so when you come into the world, the doctor needs to know that you're a viable existence by your heartbeat. So they look for the beat. And then once you enter the world, the second most important thing is your breath. And so they want to hear that breath, your breath and your beat. And so in this practice, I want you to come back home to your breath and your beat. And you'll be surprised when you wake up in the morning and say, can you just meditate? I don't have time to meditate. Oh, I'm running late. And we just don't make the time. Say, okay, don't meditate. Just sit still and do 5 deep breaths. Take an in count of 6, hold for 6 or 4, and then release in 6, and just do that 6 times. And how many times? Oh, I didn't do it this morning. Man, I don't have time to sit down and breathe deeply. What is it about your life that you don't have time to sit down and breathe deeply for yourself? Or when we're in the midst of a situation, if we think we're about to fall in love instantly, you probably need to hold on, take a breath. Before you respond or react to a situation, take your breath. And And that breath work is so important. So all of that is a part of the practice that I present for people, to give that awareness to them. It's a tool, you can use it. It'll really help you when you need it the most.
Absolutely. And it really helped me as well, doing deep breath work, meditation, different things. In 2021, that I was in a really bad accident, and that birthed a lot of this for me of wanting to help others.
Yeah.
What was it? I know you said the legislature. Was it something else that also?
This was my mom.
This was your mom.
This is totally, when my mother passed, it was that transition, that moment, and I knew that I was in a lot of pain, physically and emotionally, and so I was seeking the help, and so I found the therapy there. And when she passed, it really bloomed, and she knew that this was work that I was involved in, and I was telling her what I was doing along the way, and thought it was very helpful. And man, it was my mother, the transitioning of that. It's heavy, and anyone who's ever lost, and first of all, I loved my mother, okay?
Yes,
I love her,
yes.
love her. So when you have a very good and loving relationship with a parent, and she was my last parent. My father had passed away when I was in 6th grade, so here I was, now I'm an orphan. And mother is always, she is root, she is ground, she is earth, she is home. And to not have that, it's like, well, where do I ground myself? Because mother is grounding. I'm like, Mom, the world is getting on my nerves. Can I come over? And she makes a nice dinner, and I talk to her, and her advice is not always good. But, it's her, mamas think they know everything. I was like, okay, but I will take that under advisement. But it was just that we could have that type of conversation, and that was beautiful. And so to lose that grounding, to lose my mother, it drew me more into the boats. I need to be grounded. I need to know that I am not in this world alone, and there is healing in this practice. There's connection to the ancestors in this practice. And so that's it. I'm like, oh yeah, I do this. And if it's such a gift and a joy for me, I would love to give this to other people too. So that's what I do.
Yeah. And it's so many people grieving, so many suffering. I recently lost my aunt. I recently lost my bonus dad. We actually had a celebration of life last night. And so many people people are grieving, they're struggling with different things, especially today, especially everything going on in our nation. And people need something that can ground them and bring them back to center.
Absolutely.
There are some people that may be a little leery. They've never experienced it before. They've never heard of it before. And some people, for religious reasons, might question, is this right? Is this wrong? Why should I do this? How does this work with Christianity or any other religion?
Right. So sound and vibration therapy is not a religion, even though people practice it religiously. It's a little bit of art and science connected. It's medicinal. So no different than, it's different than going to a medical professional, and we still say go to your medical doctors. But this is a supplement to that. And so there's no conflict with religion. It's no conflict with anybody's personal practice. It's your own mindfulness practice. It's your own healing. It's your own restoration practice, however you want to look at it. The church doesn't say, oh my God, you're at the gym running on that treadmill every day? Why would you just run in place? That's not sanctified. So, it's the same thing. This is just, you are really coming home to self, to center, and to balance out, and it's no conflict there. So I would tell people there's no hokey pokey other than it's science that really works, and it is a practice that, like you said, if you don't like it, don't do it again. You never have to. And I'll say this, because all sound practitioners are not created equal. People want to do this work, they've experienced it, and they go, oh, this is nice. Let me go get some bowls and some chimes and some stuff and start dinging and banging on them. And then there are people who have actually been trained in the practice of doing this, and you know about pitch, you know about frequency.
Yes.
I use 7 bowls. I always bring 7 bowls in my practice to speak to the 7 main chakras in our body. And they're all correlated to an organ and areas of your body and the nervous system, so all the nervous system. And to just calm that down, sometimes you're closed, sometimes you're open, the bowls give you what you need. And if you come with an intention and you come on and do a regular practice, it should be very beneficial. Mm-hmm.
I do want to pause for a second and say thank you for your vulnerability and your authenticity. A lot of times people don't feel safe enough. Thank you for knowing that you're in a safe space.
Oh, yeah.
To do so.
Thank you for creating a safe space to do that. And that's what I try to create. You know, I am a human too. I have no special powers that I know of.
Absolutely.
Other than this gift, this beautiful gift to give to folks. And it is a place. When we come, sometimes you do the bowls, people cry.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
It's
Some
okay.
people get up and go, I don't know what that was. And then they'll call and say the next day or to their friend, I slept the best sleep I've ever had.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's a range. I've had people say it really did move. I don't know, my bowls one week, I did 4 sound baths and everyone reported, digestive things had cleared up.
Nice.
Well, I'm so glad. I'm helping Detroit
You're
poop
like
again.
fiber.
I'm good fiber, baby. I'm
yes,
good fiber.
Good fiber for Detroiters
Yes.
and everyone else now too. I do want to go back to the frequency. Mm-hmm. Frequencies are so important.
Yes.
And it's, like you said, it's everywhere, and it's everywhere in music. And some people use those frequencies for bad in the music industry. I've definitely watched podcasts and shows where they've talked about the negative frequencies that are used in music purposefully, and then also positive frequencies that are used in music, gospel music. We know that a lot of times with church, they're setting the environment, they're setting the room, the space for transformation and intention. And this is something that you can do at home, or you can go to a practitioner like yourself to do the exact same thing. Talk more about the frequency.
Yeah. And I don't know if there's such thing as a good or bad frequency. You have dissonance and you have resonance. And the resonance is the frequency that you like.
Okay.
Oh, that sounds so good. Mm-hmm. And the dissonance kind of makes you like, so that sounds off key, or ooh, that's pitchy, or whatever. But they're both are necessary. It's the yin and yang in life. Right? And so sometimes you need that dissonance to break up stuff. You know, it makes you aware of some things. Like, oh, I don't like that. Well, where do you feel that? Why don't you like it? What is it doing? And then the good stuff, everything that's good, that feels good, we want, give me all the good feels. But sometimes you need an agitation. You know, you have to get scrubbed, and that helps. And so I don't know if there's such of a good or a bad, as much as a yin and a yang, and they both have their purpose. But if it's uncomfortable, and sometimes you need to be uncomfortable. There is some recovery in being uncomfortable when you have an intention and an ability to move out of that and move into a place of comfort, move into your understanding, move into your awareness. And so it all helps us if you're using the tools and you're working with a practitioner or a guide to help you navigate that. And sometimes we can't do it ourselves. I'm going to go back to the theater. I can't self-direct. I can't tell myself how to move on stage. I can't see it. And that's why you have a director to help you move through this story on this stage. So you go through a whole cycle, beginning, middle, and end, and you go, oh, that's what it was. Well, the same thing with a practitioner or a therapist. You're working with someone that's here to help guide you through all these emotions, the good and the bad, the uncomfortable and the delightful. And so that's what this practice is, and that's what I do. And I'm still in school. I'm training even now to go deeper in my practice, and of course we are our first students. And I love that. I'm learning how to become certified to be a deaf doula and do some work in that area. But also with this practice, the more I learn, I will, by this time next year, October of next year, like I'll add hypnotherapy to my practice.
Wow.
So just evolving as a practitioner for every tool that I have that I can use to help folks, because there is a lot of hurt. There's a lot of frustration when you hear about an employee at McDonald's stabbing their manager to death. That is a rage. There are how people drive.
Yes.
There is a lot of pent-up rage and frustration, agitation, last ounce to gives, and all of that. And I was like, ooh, please come see me. Please, let me just help you just woosah that out for a minute. Let's just.
And frequencies do all that.
Absolutely. Yes.
Absolutely. I definitely can agree. With the sound therapy, you talked a little bit about breath work. Do you meditate while you're doing it as well?
When I'm performing
or when you're having it performed on you?
I don't meditate during the session. So it's like the prep that I do before. So it's the intention setting, it's the grounding, it's the breath work, and then my job is to just lay there and mind my business and mind my business. So M-I-N-E and M-I-N-D. And let those bows and let those instruments do what they're supposed to do. So it's just like a cut on your hand or something, when you get that cut and it starts to build a scab, your skin and body doesn't ask for your help. It automatically starts stitching itself back together again. Without you saying, stitch, come on, I need you. No, you just let me do what I do. And so the body is a self-healing instrument. It can do that for you when the conditions are right and the circumstances are right. So let that guy go, and I sit and I was like, I am ready to receive. Come on, give it to me. And that's it. Just this is no work. You don't need to do anything.
And how long do you suggest that people experience the sound bowls? And how many sessions do you suggest that people need to have?
Well, my sessions are for it to be therapeutic, it's not less than 30 minutes.
Okay.
Anything less than 30 minutes, I don't know how therapeutic that is. And it's really interesting because everyone likes to do a sound bath and they're doing it in different kind of ways. And it feels good and it's lovely, but I don't know that it's therapeutic. And so you need time for that to happen. One, your body has to really relax into the space. And if you're I use 7 bowls. I'm going through all those chakras backwards and forward, and it takes time to do that. And I use other instruments to complement the sound bowls too, so that you're having a full journey, a calming and a release with different instrumentation that does the same work. So I want all of that to happen. And for my sessions, to do a good therapy is 30 minutes. Now, if someone hires me and say, oh, you only have 15 minutes to just show the people. Okay. That's not therapy. That is a demonstration. But okay. And anytime you get to relax and breathe is very healthy and good for you, so that'll work too. But yeah.
And how many sessions do you suggest?
Whatever is comfortable for the person who wants to receive it. If you are doing this as a practice, if you do it weekly, I think that should be enough. You want to do it twice a week, that's your preference. It all depends on the individual. But if you book a series with me, it's you're coming once a week or twice a week for a month, but it's ongoing. But if you can do it once a week, bellissimo, very good, primo.
Awesome. I am very excited because this show is very different than the shows that we've had where we are going to experience sound bathing. Now, let me ask you too, is it as effective if you listen to it through the TV as in person?
This is what I'm going to find out, because everyone always says, can you put it online? And I don't know that it's different. I just think even the ones that I've posted on Facebook, Glad and Vibes is the name of my company, by the way. I'm on Instagram and Facebook, Glad and Vibes. It's a different experience in person over the television or internet or whatever. So you get to really feel it. If you're lying down on the floor and I'm on the floor, you will feel the vibration in the floor. It'll come through you, through your back. It's bouncing off the walls, so you're getting a 4D experience of the sound. I don't know how that translates by watching it, but we're gonna find out. You let me know if people write to you and tell you, yeah, that was really good. So it depends on how the sound system picks it all up, and
we want people to comment and let us know the experience they have. They may start playing it once a week if they're having a good experience. Yes. Before we go to commercial break, is there anything that you want to add that we did not add?
Oh, I would just say, I so love this practice, and I'm so glad that you are open to talk about sound bowls, sound baths, singing bowls, and this holistic practice. As a practitioner and a student and a recipient of this, I can tell you it's really good, and I'm honored to be able to do this with you and for your audience. Again, my business is Glad and Vibes, and glad means to make good, to make happy. And so we make happy vibes here. So the intention is always that you receive what is meant for you to receive, and you release what is yours to release. And that is it. And we just vibe out.
And Leslie, you told us the name of your business. Let us know how everyone can get in touch with you.
Right. So I've been busy, so I don't have the website yet, but it will be Glad and Vibes. And but I'm on Facebook and Instagram. And so if you want to get in touch with me, you can send something through the Facebook, the Instagram. I'm at gladandvibes@gmail.com right now. And so if you like what you hear, you see, or what you've heard me talk about, reach out to me. My number is 313-549-7469. People can reach me there, gladandvibes@gmail.com. Facebook and Instagram, and say, hey, can you do that? And I'll tell you, Tiffany, I've done this, again, for sacred ceremonies. There were a group of women who are, in this space too, and they need to come to us, and they do their own retreat. So for employees at the state of Michigan, we've done this. I've been called to a person's home to do the pool sound bath thing, and and also have a little group of friends together to do it when someone passes. And there's a lot of emotion when you have a funeral. Even together, this is a very non-traditional but a very healthy way to kind of settle yourself, even in the passing of a loved one, to have a sound bath. Wow. And maybe that's a part of the family hour, or if it's separate and you just get the family together to have this, because we've all just lost somebody very important in our lives. It's good for that as well. So you can use this in a lot of ways. If you have a company, it's like they do yoga in the morning. You could do sound bath in the morning. You could do sound bath at the end of the day to help you unwind from such a busy day so you can have a restful sleep. So I encourage people to consider that. Reach out to a sound and vibrational practitioner, certified sound vibrational practitioner who's gone to school and know this, because you can lay before someone or sit before someone and get that's no good mojo. You want good vibes.
Good vibes only.
Good vibes only, yes.
So excited. We're going to go into the commercial break, and then we're going to hear a great sound bath. As we continue our journey of growth and connection, let's take a moment to hear from our sponsors who make this podcast possible. After this brief message, stay tuned. We'll be right back with Leslie Love and sound music, sound baths, and we're gonna soak in it.
People ask all the time, who the heck is Low Cost Airlines? Well, we're not just one airline. When you're talking to us, you're talking to everyone. We are the discount supermarket for all airline tickets. Plus, we have all the airlines and always have the best prices. American, Delta, United, plus all the specialized international airlines, and a lot more. And we make it easy. We guarantee you'll talk to a live human in 60 seconds. You can have the rates you need and have your trip booked in 5 minutes. Now, how cool is that? And remember, when you're talking to us, it's like talking to every single airline available with one fast phone call. All you need to do is call and find the best prices to fly wherever it is you want to go. So are you ready? Call Low Cost Airlines right now.
Call 855-662-0261. That's 855-662-0261. Again, 855-662-0261.
Hi, I'm the tax lady. Do you owe more than $10,000 to the IRS? Then listen carefully. You may be able to pay the IRS less and save thousands of dollars because right now there are special government tax programs for people like you who owe the IRS. We can even help you if you have unfiled tax returns. And if you qualify, you'll pay less money to the IRS or state. Stop worrying about wage garnishments and bank levies and call the number on the screen right now for a free tax review. We know what you're going through. We help good people like you every day pay the IRS or state less taxes all the time. If you owe more than $10,000 to the IRS or state, call now for your free, no-obligation consultation with a tax professional. Don't fight the IRS alone. Call the Tax Ladies team today.
Call the tax lady at 877-335-7471. Call now.
Are you ready to rise above the noise, reclaim your power, and walk boldly in your purpose? This is Thrive and Rise with Tiffany, the podcast that's more than just talk. It's a movement.
Every setback is a setup for a greater comeback, and I'm here to walk with you through every chapter.
Join Tiffany Tilley, visionary, author, advocate, and overcomer as she sits down with dynamic leaders, everyday heroes, and purpose-driven changemakers who are thriving against the odds, with real conversations on healing, growth, and faith, to bold strategies for leadership, legacy, and impact. This is your space to be inspired, empowered, and equipped. Subscribe today on Apple, Spotify, or any major podcast platform. And remember,
Come for the inspiration, stay for the community. Keep thriving with Tiffany.
How'd it happen?
She showed up dead on arrival.
This never gets easier.
It does when you call CarShield before your car breaks down. Look at these prices. The camshaft, transmission, engine.
Don't people know? A plan through CarShield could protect up to 5,000 parts and systems.
You hate to see it.
An out-of-warranty car is gonna break down eventually.
Right, which is why they need a plan through CarShield.
Best of all, you'll get access to CarShield's concierge service, who can even help you find a mechanic near you.
They're notifying the family.
Poor guy, he doesn't even know what's coming.
Another victim of senselessly expensive repair bills. Can't save them all.
But we can keep trying. Didn't have to end this way. If he'd have just called CarShield before his car broke down.
Exactly.
CarShield has an A rating with the Better Business Bureau and was voted America's most trusted auto protection company. It's time to call CarShield now. Call 800-636-1039.
Hello, my name is Leslie Love, and my sound and vibration therapies practice is called Glad and Vibes. And today I'm going to do a sampling of a sound bath for you. And I am using 432 hertz hand-carved crystal singing bowls. I'm using my chimes. I might treat you with a little bit of buffalo drum and my water disc. So we'll see how the vibe goes. But welcome. This is my first podcast sound bath. So please write in and let us know how the sound came across for you. But we want to begin with setting an intention. And an intention is something different than a goal or a want. Like you might want a new car, but why? and what's the feeling that you want from that new car. So you may say, I want a new car. That's not really the intention we want to set. Our intention would be around why I want the new car and how that would feel. And so maybe I need a sense of freedom. I want to have freedom. I want to have unlimited mobility, and that would make me feel free. It makes me feel independent, and I want a sense of freedom and independence. And so that you want to attract into your space, into your world, and you also want to send that out into the world too, because what you send out, you get back. So that's that reverberating sound, and that's what happens here in the sound bath. So this is good vibes only. Gladden vibes means to make happy vibes. And so in this practice, I give to you whatever you receive is what it is meant for you to receive. And what you don't need is rejected, and it is all good. And so after you set that intention, we're going to just do, for the sake of this brief practice, we'll do 3 cleansing breaths. And so we will breathe in for a count of 4, hold for a count of 4, and breathe out of your mouth for a count of 4. So in through the nose for a count of 4, hold for a count of 4, breathe out your mouth for a count of 4, hold for 4, and we'll do that repetition 3 times. And I'll signify that with my hands, and then you just follow along. Hello. Let's get that intention, that thought in our head. How do we want to feel for the rest of this week? What's that energy we want to put in the world and we want to receive from the world? Is that freedom? Is that love? Is that a lack of fear? Is that kindness? Is it grace? Got it? Good. All right, let's take those 3 cleansing breaths. You ready? In on 4. Last one, in, 1, 2, 3, 4, hold, 1, 2, 3, 4, out, 1, 2, 3, 4, And I want to just do one last one, we're going to in, take a deep breath in, let it out, like you're blowing a candle, very good. Let's begin. I invite you to get into a comfortable position, whether that is sitting or lying down. I invite you to uncross your legs and your arms. And then just go ahead and rest your eyes. Feel your breath coming in through your nose and exiting through your mouth. Feel that in your body. Try to feel your heartbeat. Do you hear it? Thank you. And when you are ready, open your eyes. Take a good deep breath in through your nose and release it out of your mouth. Welcome back. I hope that was lovely for you. And have a beautiful and wonderful rest of your week. Be well. I'm Leslie Love, and this is Glad and Vibes. Thank you. Thank you.
People ask all the time, who the heck is Low Cost Airlines? Well, we're not just one airline. When you're talking to us, you're talking to everyone. We are the discount supermarket for all airline tickets. Plus, we have all the airlines and always have the best prices. American, Delta, United, plus all the specialized international airlines, and a lot more. And we make it easy. We guarantee you'll talk to a live human in 60 seconds. You can have the rates you need and have your trip booked in 5 minutes. Now, how cool is that? And remember, when you're talking to us, it's like talking to every single airline available with one fast phone call. All you need to do is call and find the best prices to fly wherever it is you want to go. So are you ready? Call Low Cost Airlines right now.
Call 855-662-0261. That's 855-662-0261. Again, 855-662-0261.
Hi, I'm the tax lady. Do you owe more than $10,000 to the IRS? Then listen carefully. You may be able to pay the IRS less and save thousands of dollars because right now there are special government tax programs for people like you who owe the IRS. We can even help you if you have unfiled tax returns. And if you qualify, you'll pay less money to the IRS or state. Stop worrying about wage garnishments and bank levies and call the number on the screen right now for a free tax review. We know what you're going through. We help good people like you every day pay the IRS or state less taxes all the time. If you owe more than $10,000 to the IRS or state, call now for your free, no-obligation consultation with a tax professional. Don't fight the IRS alone. Call the Tax Ladies team today.
Call the tax lady at 877-335-7471. Call now.
Thank you for joining us on this episode of Thrive and Rise with Tiffany. We hope today's discussion has inspired you to grow, connect, and thrive in your personal and professional life. To further your journey of self-discovery and empowerment, we invite you to explore the Know Thyself book series, designed to deepen your understanding of self-awareness and personal growth. And don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share. Your support helps us reach more listeners and continue providing valuable content. Stay connected with our community for more empowering episodes. And as always, keep thriving with Tiffany.
Let's get real. Ever feel like you're living life on mute? Like you've got big dreams, but no blueprint? Then this right here is your game changer. Know Thyself, Part 1. A journey to self-empowerment isn't just a book, it's your power-up. Built for you, the dreamer, the leader, the one breaking cycles and building something new.
You don't have to wait to be great. You just have to wake up to who you already are. Inside these pages, real talk about self-worth, affirmations that hit different, challenges that make you level up, and goals that stick. Not another boring workbook. This one, it talks your language.
Whether you're 14 or 24, it's time to unlock your voice, own your story, and walk in purpose. Stop sleeping on yourself. Know yourself. Empower yourself. Be yourself. Grab your copy of Know Thyself, Part 1 today at thrivewithtiffany.com or Amazon. You're not just reading a book, you're starting a revolution. Know thyself, lead your life, change your world.